All right, let's kick this off with a bold statement. Most people overcomplicate fitness. They're chasing shiny new trends, the latest hack, or some influencer's magic routine. But here's the thing. The people I see win year after year, client after client, are the ones who keep it simple and consistent. And for me, it comes down to 4 pillars. 4 things I bet on over and over that never let me down. These aren't gimmicks. They're not quick fixes. They're the backbone of long-term results. So today, I'm going to break them down, share some stories from clients and my own journey, and give you practical ways to apply each one. By the end, you'll know exactly where to put your energy, if you want results that last, of course. So pillar 1, strength training. The first pillar, and honestly, the one people overlook the most, is strength training. It might seem obvious. Now, I'm not saying you have to be a powerlifter or spend 2 hours a day under a barbell, but if you're not consistently building and maintaining muscle, you're fighting a losing battle. I learned this the hard way when I left the army. I defaulted to what I knew. Loads of running, circuit training, cardio. I was fit, sure, but I was also soft. My back hurt from sitting at a desk. My energy was dipping and I couldn't shift body fat the way I used to. When I got serious about strength training, 3 times a week, nothing fancy, just simply progressive overload, where dumbbells, barbells, even lots of body weight throughout the pandemic, my body transformed. I leaned up, I got stronger, I felt more resilient in day-to-day life, and I've seen this with clients too. Take Ian, all right? One of my ex-military guys. He was smashing cardio like we all do because, that's what he knew. And he was stuck at 97 kilograms. We added structured strength training sessions, and not only did his weight drop, but his cycling performance actually improved. Why? Because strength training built the foundation. So pillar 1, lift something heavy, lift it consistently, and do that for the rest of your life. Now, strength is the engine. But an engine is no good without fuel and movement, which brings me to the second pillar. And this is conditioning and cardio. Here's the nuance. Cardio does matter. Not in the way most people think. It's not about hammering HIIT classes, going every single day, or running marathons to lose fat. It's about building capacity, your heart, your lungs, your recovery, your systems. The ability to walk into a boardroom without being breathless, or play with your kids without collapsing. The key is balance. Too much cardio, you burn out and lose muscle. Too little, you're strong but gassed. I coach most clients to mix in 1 to 2 cardio sessions a week that they actually enjoy, and they can do more, but we have to modify the plan around that. That might be a long cycle, it could be a run, or even structured intervals on a rower. And here's the trick, think of cardio as supporting strength, not replacing it. One client of mine, Kelly, travels consistently for work. She used to stress about not getting to the gym. Now we keep things super simple. Strength when she's home, cardio when she's away. Hotel treadmills, long walks, spin classes. Her fitness has skyrocketed because we stopped. We stopped treating cardio as punishment and we started treating it as a tool. So, you've got the strength, you've got the conditioning, but here's what people sabotage. They sabotage themselves the most. So the third pillar, and it's the one that's probably the most emotive, is nutrition. Now, we've all heard the saying before, you cannot out-train a bad diet. We've all tried, okay, even myself. It just doesn't work. In the army, food was sorted for me. Out in civilian life, suddenly I'm in Pret every day, okay, eating whatever's quick, getting that baguette that looks delicious, grabbing coffees, and wondering why I was soft around the middle. Nutrition is the force multiplier. If you get it right, everything else works faster. If you ignore it, you're literally just spinning your wheels. And so I keep it stupidly simple for clients, okay? You have food freedom, of course, but I want you to prioritize protein at every meal. I don't want you to drink your calories. Have go-to meals you can eat absolutely anywhere, whether that's the motorway service station, an airport, your kitchen. One of my clients, Aaron, runs his own business. He was smashing workouts, but stuck with stubborn weight around his stomach. Once we sorted his nutrition, not a restrictive diet, just a macro structure that worked with his lifestyle, he dropped 9 kilograms. He felt leaner and he had more energy for work. The lesson here, food systems beat food discipline every single time, which is the fun part, right? Now here's the final pillar, It's the one that nobody talks about because it's not very attractive, but it's the glue that holds everything together. And it's recovery and lifestyle. Now, recovery, sleep, and stress management. This is a stuff that you think you could ignore until it bites you in the backside. I've worked with CEOs that have had staff in upwards of 15 and 20,000 employees, busy people, and every single one of them, they all hit a wall if they don't respect their recovery. And I'll give you an example. One client was training like a machine, 5 sessions a week, eating clean, but he was sleeping 5 hours a night and his progress stalled. We added a bedtime routine. We cut back 1 session and boom, fat started dropping again, 5 sessions down to 4. His strength went up. And here's the truth. You don't grow in the gym. You grow in recovery. You don't get lean from smashing workouts. You get lean by letting your body process those workouts. So if you're listening to this and you've tried everything and you're tired all the time, stop chasing more training. Chase better sleep, better routines, lower stress. That is pillar 4. So to bring it all together, let's recap these 4 pillars. The 4 pillars that I bet on. Number 1, strength training. Build muscle, protect your body and boost metabolism. Number 2, conditioning and cardio. You're building capacity and heart health, but we're going to use it smart. Number 3, nutrition. Fuel properly, keep it simple. Systems over willpower. And then number 4, recovery and lifestyle. Sleep, stress, and routines are the glue, and that's it. Strip away the noise, and those 4 pillars will carry you for the next 10, 20, 30 years. So here's what I want you to do after listening. Take a hard look at your current routine. Which of these pillars are you solid on? And which have you been neglecting? Pick one pillar. One pillar this week to focus on, just one, and tighten it up. Don't try to fix everything at once. I want you to build momentum step by step. And if you want help building a plan that nails all 4 pillars, especially if you're ex-military, now in a corporate role and struggling to juggle work, travel and health, drop me a message on LinkedIn or Instagram and tell me that you listened to this episode, and I will help you figure out what your version of the 4 pillars looks like.